everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So in the last episode we talked about fishing after the storm. The water gets up high and muddy and how that's a great time to catch fish. One of the things we didn't really do was catch very many fish during that time. And there's a couple reasons why, guys, and we're going to go over those today. So first off, the main reason why there was no success or the minimal success was simply because the water hadn't crested yet. So as the water rises up, it hits a peak point, right? They call that the crest. It's like this is as high as the water's going to get. And at this point, it's going to start dropping. So once your creeks and your rivers have crested and they start to drop, it'll drop down to a point where clarity is about 10-15%, and it's getting better and better every day. When it gets to that 10 or 15%, that's actually the better time to get on the water. So last episode, we were out there and the water hadn't even crested yet. I watched the water rise 10 inches in the couple hours that I was there. So I knew that it wasn't a very good idea to be fishing because typically fish take cover during that cresting period. Now, the next key factor, and it's a great one because it's a measurable metric. Everything that I do, guys, I go off of things that I can actually measure. I need to be able to lay stats out and look at them, compile the data, and put pieces together to find the answers to what I'm looking for. And one of the biggest factors in the wintertime is barometric pressure. Now for me, guys, I found that 29.5 to about 30.5 is really the sweet spot. 29.5 being the low end of it, and 30.5 being, of course, the high end of it. Now, once you get up into real high up into the barometric pressures, you start breaking over 30.5, and you start teetering up to that 31 point. That's your bluebird sky conditions. And vice versa, on the other end of it, 29.5, you're already getting into a gloomy, rainy day at that point. You get down below that, and I mean, you're in like a tropical depression, right? This is where tornadoes come from. This is where hurricanes come from. This is the barometric pressure that creates those kind of storm systems. So you don't want the barometric pressure on the bottom, and you really don't want it on the top. Now for me, I'm a 1-2 day a week guy sometimes. I got a full-time job, so I can't just go fishing every day. I can't make the barometric pressure change. I can't make the sun come out. I can't make the sun go away. So all I can do is look at what kind of metrics that are there, what kind of barometric pressure I got, what kind of water flow do I got, is the water cresting, is it a normal pool? I put all these together, and then I can look back on the data that I've collected, and that gives me a good idea on what kind of lures to use. So the lure choices for today, we're gonna start out with this little bitty guy right here. This is from Priority Baits. This is really a crappie jig, but it's an excellent winter creek fishing lure. Bass will tear this thing up. It replicates a little bitty minnow just perfect. And it's also something that we can keep a little bit up into the water column and stay off the bottom. So we can find out, are bass suspended in feeding or are bass foraging along the bottom? My second option for the day is going to be the NedWacky mini tube. This is an excellent lure. I can run it on a Ned rig. I don't have to put a lot of weight to it. The lure has a lot of weight to itself, so I can work this along the bottom using pretty much any kind of rigging style that I want. I could put a tube hook in it if I want. I could put a Ned rig hook in it if I want. I could put a weighted EWG in it if I want. And I can also run it Texas rigged or Carolina rigged on a weightless EWG hook. All right, guys, so I'm out here with Gavin today. We're gonna hit this creek and let's see what we can catch. Our barometric pressure is 29.5, so we're on the upstroke of it. And also, our creek is already crested and we've got a little bit of visibility that I'm starting to see here along the edges. Those are all great signs pointing to we're gonna find great success today. All right, guys, stick around. This ought to be great. All right, we're gonna start right here. I caught one here not too long ago. Let's see if we can't find something big this time. There we go. Good one. That's a real good one. There we go. Don't come off, buddy. He's gonna come off. I can't get a hold of him. There we go. First one, guys. This is what I'm talking about right here. You don't need big baits. You can just go ahead and throw your little crappie jigs and have you a good day. I mean, that's not bad right there for an old December bass. Good way to start the trip. There we go, guys. That's the first one to start the day off. Let's get this camera back so you guys can see this fish. It's a beautiful 14, maybe 15 incher. Hit that priority baits crappie jig, guys. This is one of the things I'm saying. You do not have to be throwing big baits out here. Downsize, guys. Downsize, downsize, and you will find what you're looking for. All right, guys, let's let him go. All right, buddy. We'll see you later. All right, guys, here's the infamous bridge. This is the next spot on our list to try out. See if we can find something in here on the old crappie jig. Yeah, same technique, just kind of throw it out there, reel it in nice and slow back to us. Oh, we lost that one. I had one, Gavin, I lost him. This is how you could tell, because he about ripped the plastic right off of it. I had him just for a second. So he's there, they're in the middle. You know, Gavin's on the other side here with me. That right there was just a case of a fish grabbing it and not grabbing all the bait. This is why I talk about you gotta have small lure presentation. Because it's not uncommon for them to just grab at it like that. So, but he probably grabbed the tail or something and didn't really get the bait itself in his mouth, or the hook. No terminal tackle in his mouth. Gavin had one and lost him. All right, guys, we're gonna get exploring. First thing though, I want to try to fish under this bridge. Something did bump me. I don't know what it was. That's a good one. Probably the best one of the day right here, guys. Maybe. Nah, I think it's about the same size as the last one I just caught. All right, guys, it's another one underneath the bridge. So we're gonna go ahead and head downstream and see what we can catch. But so far, guys, I'm not complaining about catching 13, 14, 15-inch smallmouth in the end of December, guys. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve, and today we're slaying the smallmouth. All right, guys, let's get him out of here, and let's get on downstream, and let's start finding some hogs.
Train ride just to see you, ride for hours just to please you. You don't know how much I need you, 'cause you're my home away from home, away from home, away from being alone.
All right, guys, we're gonna fish this hole now. We just got to get ourselves down here. Always be careful when you're out here. I've got my boy with me today, so if I get hurt, he can run back and get help if he can't help me himself. So I'll do a lot crazier things when I've got my boy with me versus if I'm out here by myself. I'm not taking any chances just because I don't want to end up on the news. But this spot here can actually hold some good fish. I never really winter fished it, but we're gonna try today. All right, I need to get out here a little more. See if, oop, that's not ground, that's floating debris. All right, yeah, try it from right here. Now we can really fish this. We're just gonna throw it up here. We can see the current seam, so I'm gonna go right down the side of it. Go over there, see if we can hit that slack water across the other side of the seam. See what happens over there. Oh. Oh, there's one there, Gavin. He thumped it hard too, dude. Yeah, slack water across the seam. See that slack water across the seam? Where that other tree's at across from me? Over in here. Got slammed hard over there. Looks like that's all he was going to give me too. Just have one good pop. That's a bummer. Pretty sure that was probably a good fish. Who knows though? I could say whatever I want to say. Only person that knows that's a good fish is God and the fish. This is probably actually pretty good conditions to be throwing a crank right here. We could probably get away with a shallow diving crank of some sort. I know there's a fish over here. I don't know what it is. Could be a rock bass, could be a smallmouth. All I know is it thumped me good when I come through there one time. Since then, it's been nothing but blank casts. Let's try right over here. This is more of a summering spot, but you never know. Something could came up in here to feed, so we're gonna try it. This is definitely not the kind of water speed that you'd want to fish in the wintertime. Okay, nothing. Just what I suspected. Oh, rock bass. I thought I was snagged. The rock bass was down there in all that turbulent water. Just a little bitty guy. All right, let's get him out of here. All right, guys, we're about 4 or 5 fish in. Rock bass and some pretty nice smallmouth. A couple little dinker-doos in there. But I'll tell you guys, it gets to raining. These creeks get flooded out like this, man. It's such a great time to get out here and fish. You can throw big search baits, and I'm telling you guys, you can do that. You can. I'm not gonna say you can't, but you're gonna limit your success by doing that. Now, if you're in a river, you're in a lake, say you're down in Florida, something like that, man, knock yourself out. But up here in the Midwest, man, the water gets so cold, and a lot of these fish, they go into a sub-hibernation, and a lot of guys, they don't have the winter experience, and so they get on Google, you know, and they start reading, and they just like take other people's advice like it's gold. Don't do that, guys. Don't even take my advice. Get out there and find out for yourself. Go out there and throw spinner baits all winter long. See how many fish you catch. Go out there and throw Ned rigs all winter long. See how many fish you catch. After a few years, you'll have so much data collected that you'll know exactly what to do. And that's why I tell you guys to use the downsized lures, use the crappie jigs, use the Ned rigs, use the thin profile baits, because after all these years, that's what's the most successful thing for me. I know I can throw spinner baits, I know I can throw crank baits, but the success just isn't there on most days. And I have a job, right? So sometimes I may only get one day to go fish. I'm not trying to use something that may only catch me one fish. When I'm out there and it's the winter time, I'm trying to catch as many fish as I possibly can. Whether that's a day full of dinks or that's a day full of monsters, it doesn't matter to me. All I'm looking for is success. If I was looking for giants, I would probably climb up out of the creeks, you know? I would go somewhere else. You guys would see Puddle Walkers, Lake Fishing Edition, if all I was after was giants. But I'm not. I'm just after fish, smallmouth in particular, but hey guys, I'll take them all. We're at the next spot. Let's get in here, let's see what we can catch. All right guys, we're doing a lure swap. I'm gonna go to a little bit bigger plastic and something I can keep on the bottom. And I'm gonna go with an 1/8 ounce head. Gavin is going with a 1/10 ounce head, so we're gonna see the difference. Gavin's gonna be Ned and what he's using. And I'm using this VMC swim jig hook. All right, there we go. Let's chuck this thing out here, something that we can keep on the bottom a little better. Also get some more distance on it. Look at that, we got way out there with it. Just gonna work this guy back slowly. Gonna let him jig around out there, let him do his thing, and then see what happens with it. Current is really having its way with it. And it's still just bringing it right on down here to me. Dude, bam, right there, guys. Switched it up to something heavier we could keep in the water seam. And we popped us a nice little 12 here on the NedWacky mini tube. Come on, get up out of there. There we go, a little bitty guy. I think he actually picked it up right away. I think that's why my line was coming back so fast at me. All right, buddy, see you later. Mini tube for the win. All right, guys, only one back here. We tried a few different lure combinations, and the NedWacky mini tube found the success. It almost felt like I threw it right on top of that fish because I never felt him bite. I just couldn't get my slack reeled in, and that's how it let me know that something was either pulling me faster than the current was pulling me, or I had a fish on. So once I got to that realization, set the hook, boom, fish. So we're gonna head on back where we were catching fish at earlier, and we're gonna try some of these different presentations there and see if we can't finish this off with a big fish, guys. All right, stick around. Hey guys, we are in the area. This is where I caught my one earlier at today on the swim jig, and I just threw that right into a snag like right away. Wow, threw that right into something. There we go, we're off of it. Got a good one? Gavin's got one. Good job, buddy. Rock bass? Cool, cool, man. Gavin got a rock bass under the bridge. We figured there'd be some more underneath there. They really like the winter under there. And that's really what winter fishing's all about. It's just finding out where the fish congregate. If you can figure that out, you'll catch you some fish. All right, guys, I got this rock bass. Dad just caught a, he just caught him one on the NedWacky too. Go ahead and get this one out of here. There we go. There we go. That's a good one. Good one on the NedWacky. There we go. It's a nice 15, maybe 16 incher right here. That's a good, oh shit, we're in the water now. You better come here. I done got wet for you, dude. Oh. There we go. Another good one, guys. NedWacky tube with this one. I got soaking wet for him because he wouldn't sit still. We've got him. Let's get him off the hook so we can get him back in the water. I got a funky hook set up here. I hooked him twice. There we go. There we go. That is not bad at all. There we go, guys. Another one. This guy's easy 15, maybe 16-inch smallmouth. I got wet trying to go in after him, guys, with the NedWacky tube. Telling you guys, downsize, downsize, downsize. All right, guys, that's a dandy. Hey. See you later, buddy. Camera off, guys, and I just caught a toad 16, 17 incher right here. I can't believe my camera was not on for that. There we go, guys. Best one of the morning. My camera was off. I'm so sorry. We caught him on the NedWacky baits. But that, guys, that is a slob right there. That is exactly what you're looking for in the wintertime. All right, guys, let's get him on up out of here. All right, buddy. We'll see you later. Ah, you're so beautiful. It's my first smallmouth of the day, but look at him. Little hunchback there. Feels weird, too. Not bad. Let's see here. Throw this up underneath there. Gavin's had some luck here. Caught a small one underneath here this morning. I got the feeling there's a giant underneath here somewhere. I know they like to be underneath here. You getting bite? Or getting bit of me? They're here. We may need to change colors. What color you got on? That purple? I'll say it if I got it. Get that natural color there. It's that morning dawn. Oh, there we go. Oh, I knew there was a slob underneath here. There he is. There he is. Grab that beast. Camera's on that time. That is good. Good Lord. There we go, guys. That's 2 17s today. This might be an 18. That dude is a slob. Again, guys, slow down, downsize your lures. You can throw search baits if you want, but I promise you, you're gonna find more by dragging bait slowly across the bottom. All right, buddy. See you later, gorgeous. Oh, man, you're just so amazing. Look at this, guys. Another one. I didn't have the camera on because I thought I was done for the day, telling Gavin about how to run this tube. And we got a dandy of a 15. They are on fire today. They are absolutely on fire. Jesus. I just can't. I just can't right now. All right, guys, I believe this is the last one for the day. It is getting dark on us. We're gonna try some underwater on him though.